How I tripled my savings without changing my job. A true story of building wealth through habits. Welcome back, Wealth Builders. Today, I'm sharing something deeply personal yet incredibly practical. The story of how I went from stagnant savings to tripling my account balance, all without changing my job. Winning the lottery, or following a punishing budget. What I discovered wasn't another financial hack. It was a mindset shift. More importantly, it was about designing habits that work quietly in the background, stacking small wins into big results. You've probably felt it too. That frustrating cycle where you're doing everything right, but your bank balance barely moves. I've been there. But here's the good news. You don't need more willpower. You just need a smarter system. And today, I'm going to walk you through exactly how I built mine. Welcome to 86 Don Finance YouTube channel, where we break down the hidden mechanisms controlling your financial life. Let's break it all down. No fluff, just the truth. Part 1. My financial baseline before everything changed. Before I made any changes, my finances were stuck in what I now call the comfortable struggle. I earned around $4 a month, a decent salary by many standards. Rent, groceries, utilities, and the usual living expenses took their share. After everything, I typically had about $300 left at the end of the month. You'd think that sounds promising, right? But somehow, that money kept slipping through my fingers. Small indulgences like coffee runs, spontaneous takeout, or late-night online purchases quietly drained my leftovers. $20 here, $30 there. It added up faster than I realized. I tried popular budgeting apps, but instead of feeling empowered, I felt overwhelmed. Every alert felt like a guilt trip. I wasn't overspending on big things. I didn't have debt collectors calling. But I also wasn't growing my savings. The Harvard Business Review noted in a 2023 report that 60% of middle-income earners feel financially insecure. Despite steady paychecks, I was living proof. That's when it hit me. I didn't need harsher rules. I needed new habits, ones that aligned with my real life. Part 2. The silent autosave loop, turning automation into a game. The first habit that rewired my finances was automation. But not the usual kind. Like most people, I had tried setting up automatic transfers from my checking to my savings account. It worked for a while until it didn't. An unexpected bill would pop up, or I'd temporarily move the money back to cover a splurge. So, I took a different approach. I built what I call a silent autosave loop. Instead of moving large chunks of money manually, I let tiny, almost invisible amounts flow into my savings, triggered by everyday actions. Think of it like this. Each time I hit 5,000 steps on my fitness tracker, $5 moved to savings. If I skipped takeout for a day, another $10 was added. By connecting my spending triggers with positive behaviors, I turned saving into a game. Tools like IFTTT and Zapier, simple and free, linked my fitness app, calendar, and bank account. Suddenly, savings happened automatically in the background. This small tweak made a massive difference. According to CNBC in 2024, people who automate savings are 76% more likely to reach their financial goals. That statistic came alive for me. Some weeks, I'd check my account and find an extra $35 saved without even noticing. Other weeks, it was $60. By the end of the first month, my silent loop had tucked away $130 effortlessly. More importantly, it felt good. There was no stress, no guilt. Saving stopped feeling like deprivation and started feeling like achievement. And over time, this quiet habit reshaped my identity. I wasn't someone trying to save money. I had become someone who naturally builds wealth. Part 3. The delayed gratification wish list from impulse to intention. The next breakthrough came from observing my own spending patterns. I noticed a consistent theme: impulse buying. A hoodie here, wireless earbuds there, gadgets I convinced myself I deserved after a tough week. Emotion drove these purchases more than need. So, I introduced a rule, but not one that felt like punishment. I started saying, "Not yet," instead of "No." Every time I wanted to buy something non-essential, I added it to a wish list. Not a shopping cart, but an actual list with the item, the price, and the date. Then came the critical twist. I waited 30 days. If I still wanted the item after that time, I could buy it, but only if I first saved double its price. I called it the double desire rule. For a $100 item, I had to save $200 before making the purchase. Half covered the cost, while the other half strengthened my savings. At first, it felt like a game. Over time, it became a powerful mindset shift. Many times, after 30 days, I didn't even want the item anymore. Other times, I felt proud when I bought something knowing I had built up my savings in the process. This practice aligned perfectly with behavioral economics research from the Financial Times, which revealed that consumers who delay purchases experience greater satisfaction when they finally make them. For me, it wasn't just satisfaction, it was control. On average, this single habit helped me save an extra $200 to $250 each month. The best part? I never felt deprived. I still bought the things I wanted, but I did it with purpose. And that made all the difference. Part 4. The Sunday Wealth Rehearsal: Visualizing Success Weekly. The third habit might sound unusual, but it turned out to be the glue that held everything together. Every Sunday morning, I created a simple ritual: my wealth rehearsal. With a quiet cup of coffee, I'd sit for 15 minutes and imagine my future in vivid detail. Not vague daydreaming, but crystal clear scenarios. I pictured myself waking up in a home I owned outright, feeling free from money stress. I imagined checking a bank balance that reflected years of smart decisions. I saw myself treating my family to vacations, not because I had to save up, but because I had already prepared. While doing this, I updated my simple one-page money tracker. It included my savings, total net worth, and progress toward my biggest goal. No complicated spreadsheets, just clarity. Neuroscientists have found that visualizing success activates the same reward centers in the brain as actually achieving it. According to a 2023 study in the Journal of Neuroscience, this practice releases dopamine, keeping you motivated even before results materialize. For me, this ritual kept my goals fresh and exciting. Saving money stopped being a chore and became a lifestyle. I wasn't just chasing numbers anymore. I was building a future I could see, feel, and believe in. Part 5. Compounding the impact small wins to major gains. At first, the changes felt incremental. 1 month, I saved an extra $250. The next, closer to $300. But after a few months, something amazing happened. My habits began to compound. The silent autosave loop kept ticking away in the background. The wishlist rule slowed down my impulsive spending. And my Sunday ritual kept my motivation alive. Together, they formed a self-reinforcing system. By the 6th month, I was saving over $700 a month. By the 10th, I had crossed the $1 mark. I had tripled my savings not by earning more or living miserably frugal, but by redesigning my habits. What I learned is beautifully simple. Wealth is not about occasional big wins. It's about consistent, small victories stacked over time. These habits worked because they fit into my life naturally, not because they demanded dramatic lifestyle changes. Part 6. The big lesson: saving is rewiring, not restriction. Before all this, I believed saving money meant sacrifice. I thought it required iron discipline, endless spreadsheets, and saying no to everything enjoyable. I couldn't have been more wrong. What I learned is that saving is not about restriction. It's about rewiring your relationship with money. I didn't change my income. I didn't follow a punishing budget. I changed my behavior in small, satisfying ways. The key? I built habits that worked with my life, not against it. Saving became automatic, enjoyable, and linked to my goals. And as these habits compounded, they became part of who I am. Today, I don't think of saving as an obligation. I see it as a privilege, a gift to my future self. It's my way of securing peace of mind and opening the doors to freedom. If you've made it this far, you're ready to do the same. Your future self will thank you. And if you're curious about what comes next on your journey to financial freedom, make sure to stay tuned. There's so much more to discover. Until next time, keep building, stay focused, and remember, wealth is not just what you earn, it's what you keep. Please note that 86 Dawn Finance does not offer advice on taxes, legal matters, investments, or finances. The content is intended solely for educational purposes and should not be considered professional advice. For personalized guidance, please consult your own qualified advisors. Although the information has been carefully researched and reviewed, it may not represent the latest legal or financial updates. Viewers are advised to confirm the accuracy and timeliness of the information, particularly before making any major financial or legal decisions. Until next time, stay informed, stay empowered, and stay our 86 Dawn Finance channel.